Hi, I'm Megan and I'm reading the Twilight books. Today I'm talking about chapter 1 of Twilight and Midnight Sun, which is called First Sight. So the timeline for chapter 1 would be January of 2005. I'm tracking the timeline to make sure that I give you a realistic idea of how long they have known each other and what is going on. I'm also keeping track of some key events. Chapter 1 takes place over the course of 2 days. We will see Bella arrive in Forks and we'll also see her first day of school. There were a few things that really stood out to me about chapter 1, and the first is that Bella's thoughts are so incredibly rude about literally everyone and everything except Edward. She is rude about Forks. There's no need to add that my being happy in Forks is an impossibility, she says. Also, everyone who lives in Forks, who she sarcastically calls the good people of Forks. Also, Charlie, she says he's off to the police station. That was his wife and family. Ma'am, his wife left him with his infant child who was only a couple of months old, and then that child proceeds to come back repeatedly and tell him how much she hates spending time in the place where he lives and where she was supposed to grow up, until she finally forces him to spend his money to go to California for 2 weeks every summer to visit with her if he wants to see her. Okay? If it was me, if I was Charlie, I would be married to my job too, because that whole situation is messed up, ma'am. It is messed up. Also, she's not just rude to Charlie, she's also rude to Renee, who she literally treats like she is a 3-year-old child who cannot do anything or take care of herself in any capacity. But somehow this woman managed to not only leave her husband, but take her infant, again, only a couple months old infant, move to another state and somehow have enough money and common sense to then raise that child, support that child, and take care of that child until that child left to come live with Charlie, okay? So is Renee possibly a little ditzy or a little ADHD or a lot ADHD or incapable of keeping track of her things? Yes, okay? But you know what? I ask my kid where my things are and somehow I still managed to take care of her, okay? I think that we need to remember that Bella is not a reliable narrator. She is a teenage girl. Stephanie is going to try and convince us over and over and over and over again that Bella is super mature and she's an old soul and yada, 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 yada. And I'm sorry, but the evidence does not support that statement. And it doesn't make it okay that Edward is 100 and whatever years old and Bella is 17 just because Bella remembers where her mom puts her things. Does not make it okay. Anyway, this first chapter, I'm gonna have to do a couple of videos because I have a lot to say. Stephanie's doing a lot of info dumping here. She's introducing a lot of characters. So I'll see you in the next video. We can talk some more about what's going on in chapter 1. Bye.